Students, so we have seen about the effects of World War. What were the causes of World War II? Like it affected the economy of all the nations in the world. Then the communism in China. China was accepted under communist rule. Then the beginning of the Cold War. Two superpowers, America and Russia, due to the difference in their ideologies and way of thinking, became rivals of each other, and all the other nations, based upon their convenience, either supported America or Russia, and based due to which there was a beginning of Cold War that was happening around the world due to the effect as an effect of World War II. This too was not that big problem, but the beginning of Cold War was considered as a long-term problem, and which also became so much high that even the World War III was being planned, but hopefully it didn't happen. So now we will see about United Nations. After World War I, a League of Nations was created in order to maintain peace throughout the world. But as World War II happened, it was clear that the League of Nations was a failure and was not able to maintain the peace throughout the world. Due to which, after World War II, United Nations was formed in order to maintain peace throughout the world. Now we will see how United Nations worked and what all were these ideologies that led towards a peaceful world. We will see it from our textbook. So this is the emblem of United Nations. We know that League of Nations was formed to establish world peace, but it was a failure. So towards the end of World War II, United Nations was established with the purpose of peace and security in the world, and the headquarters was to be in New York. Here you can see the United Nations headquarters. So America's effort to establish United Nations has already begun from the time it joined the Second World War, and the American President Roosevelt made 4 important announcements regarding freedom, and he even gave message in the American Congress with the intention of human freedom, peace and security. UN flag you can see in the figure 3.4. So the speech included freedom of speech and thought, the freedom of region. You can speak whatever is your thought, that is the freedom of speech and thought. No one is gonna stop you. Freedom of religion. You can follow any religion, or if you either don't want to follow anything, you can do that also. So freedom of religion. Economic freedom means everyone should have economic freedom and a right to freedom from fear. No one has to fear anything or anyone in the world. Then later this President Roosevelt and the British Prime Minister Churchill prepared an 8-point agreement. They both prepared an 8-point agreement in the ship. They were on the ship in the Atlantic Ocean, which later came to be known as Atlantic Agreement. This was an 8-point agreement. We will see about these points in the lesson. These agreements included the matters like maintaining freedom, sovereignty of every nation, peace, security, social and economical welfare, disarmament. These foreign ministers of Britain, America, Russia and China met in the Moscow for world peace. These were all the important nations that met for world peace, which came to be known as Macau Declaration. So first their 8-point agreement, which was known as Atlantic Agreement, and then these foreign ministers met at Moscow for world peace, and that was known as Moscow Declaration. So 3 superpowers held a conference in Tehran, and a 50 nation prepared for the agreement for the United Nations at Washington. The 51 members nation declared the establishment of United Nation, and India is also a part of it. Since then, 24th October is celebrated as United Nations Day all over the world. So 51 member nations declared the establishment of United Nations. One among them was India, and then after that from 26 October is celebrated as United Nations Day all over the world. Presently 193 nations are member of United Nations.